Hi guys, so it's been quite some time since I filmed a video last, and basically I am starting over from square one. Um, it's been a pretty crazy year for me, and I guess I can just do a quick recap of everything that's going on. So, I mean, obviously I was filming and trying to stay on track last in the beginning of this year, I guess, still technically. Um, by the way, it is December 30th of 2018, so this whole vlogging weight loss journey is, I am going to consider it a New Year's resolution. I am starting, like I said, from day one. Um, so last year at this time, I was unemployed. So for most of January, I did not have a job. I did finally get hired and cleared to start at the end of January in 2018. So I did start my new job in January, and it's been going great. I'm still there. I've, gotten raises and bonuses, and it's great, and I love it, and super excited to, still be there. Um, but then for a lot of the first few months that I was working there, I didn't have a car. I did not have a car until one of my friends was looking to sell hers, and she has been letting me make payments to her, which is super amazing, and I'm so grateful. So I feel like I got that car probably in like either March, April, or May. I could tell you the exact date if I looked up my payment history, but I'm too lazy to do that right now. But some of the biggest problem that I had over the past year was honestly dealing with a gambling issue. So pretty much, even though I had started this new job, I was just broke for the first like 8 months of the year. And beyond, actually. So I wound up, in July of this year, due to that addiction, I made some bad choices and I hurt some people that I really care about. But I was really lucky in that they chose to forgive me and gave me the opportunity to go and get help, and they've been very supportive ever since. So I stopped gambling. Well, I didn't stop. I went to therapy with someone who specialized in addictions and specifically gambling addiction, and she helped me. I signed myself out of the casinos because my issue was always slot machines. Like I don't have issues with like scratch offs or like bingo or quick draw or anything like that. It was strictly slot machines. So I signed myself out of both the state and the Seneca owned casinos in my area. So ever since I did that, I have been good. I have not gone gambling. Admittedly, I have gone to bingo a couple of times, but like I said, that's not one of my issues. I know if you talk to certain people, they're like, oh my God, you can't ever do anything related to gambling ever again. And I feel like if I were to exhibit the symptoms that I had of, not being in control, not being able to handle my money, those kind of things, then I would definitely take a step back, stop, go to Gamblers Anonymous if I felt like I needed it. But as of right now, those haven't been issues for me. The last time I gambled was back in August. So as of today, I am 140 days free from slot gambling specifically. So that's really exciting. But that, up until I signed myself out of those casinos, I did end up in some more trouble. I got evicted from my last apartment, which I was legitimately homeless. I was sleeping in my car. I had, you know, my rats in the cage in the passenger seat next to me. I was showering in the morning at work. I was getting my clothes out of the trunk of my car. I did get very lucky in that someone that I was in the social work program with saw my post on Facebook, and even though, you know, we had met briefly for like 5 minutes, if that, at the end of year party that my school throws, you know, she was like, I have a spare bedroom if you want to come and stay with us. So I got really lucky, and I had a place to go until I could get back on my feet. And I was also very lucky in that someone that works in my organization works with a local rescue, and she put me in contact with somebody who was willing to take my cats for a few months until I got back on my feet. And she kept them. I think I dropped them off sometime in October, or no, I'm sorry, in August, when I was, you know, getting evicted. I didn't have anywhere to go. So I took the boys out to her. She had them from August until, I believe I picked them up the last week of October, the first week of November when I moved in here. And she just, it was such a blessing. She refused to let me pay her. She refused to, you know, take anything from me. And she really just was amazing, and, you know, helped me keep my boys, which somehow I will like repay her and the universe. And the same goes for my now friends who let me stay with them for those couple months while I saved up money to get this apartment. So basically, when I was getting evicted, I had 3 days to get out before they would, you know, start the actual eviction process. So they were like, if you can get out by this date, you know, we won't pursue things any further. So over the course of 3 days, I worked my ass off to pack up everything I own, and I had to, you know, take it to a storage unit. And then that was just, it was torture. It was like physical torture. Just having to carry everything up and down the stairs and having to move it so many times by myself. It was awful. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. But yeah, I just don't ever want to go through that again. So as I mentioned, then in November of this year, I finally got enough money together to save up for an apartment. Apartment hunting was a shit show because rents have gone through the roof. I managed to get this place for only $50 more than what I was paying at my last place, so that was good at least. And I actually really like it. It's, I would say, probably about the same size as my last apartment, but I feel like it's laid out better. The quality is a bit better, and I'm still only 10 minutes from work, just in a different direction, which is nice. And that is basically what my year has been. Just a lot of scrambling around, a lot of going to therapy, going to Gamblers Anonymous, you know, fixing the things that I've done wrong. But that being said, with all those things that are going on, I completely neglected, you know, any weight loss or diet that I had going on. You know, and that's especially difficult because I wasn't doing any kind of meal prep. I wasn't doing anything to, you know, take lunches to work. So I was constantly ordering out, which again is also affecting my budget. But it's a new day. It's a new year starting, you know, in a day and a half. So I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to making changes and moving forward. So I'm considering this kind of like my day one. And I will be using, for those of you who follow Jordan of Jordan Shrinks, she put out this really great like planner that is meant to help you like stay on track, keep track of your goals, that kind of stuff. She called it One Day or Day One. She's offering it for free on her YouTube channel, on her website, a free download for you to print out. And it's really cool. She's got like all these different pages that she put in here, like, you know, different goals. She has regular calendars out in here, planners, a place for you to put like meals and exercise and different victories that you've done. So thank you, Jordan, for putting this out. I printed it and got it bound and decorating it, and I love it. That's super awesome of you. Basically, yeah, so I'm just kind of following lots of other YouTubers and Instagrammers, seeing what they're doing. I'm on vacation from work this week. Thank goodness, I really needed it. And my plan is to do all kinds of meal prep and do research for, you know, good meals that I can make ahead of time, things that I can quickly and easily log, things that I can take to work, things that I can warm up when I get home from work so that I'm not tempted to go and get fast food. And let me see, if we're considering today, day one, my starting weight is going to be, what did I log it at today? 375.8, which sucks. That is like officially one of my highest, that's like my highest weight ever. And I hate the way it sounds, I hate the way it looks. I just looking forward to getting back on track, making these changes, and letting you guys see these changes along the way. Don't be what? I don't know. So if you want to follow along with my journey, click that subscribe button below. My plan is to vlog at least once a week, although I can't promise that, because let's be real, I just suck at keeping up with this thing. But either way, leave your comments below, subscribe, whatever. Let's just do this together. See you later, guys. If my mouse will stop.